I am Mike the Pone Star. I am commentating this race between Icenine and Cannalyst. We saw Cannalyst in the last race versus Xander. Unfortunately, not winning that race, but he had a couple of very unfortunate things happen, and I think he's going to have a much better run this time. Their PB is a 40-24, and Icenine, who, other than Super Mario World, seems to play a lot of race games. And their PB is a 39-17. So these two have a pretty similar PBs. So I bet we're going to see a much tighter race this time around. I'm very excited to see what happens. And now first we do have to make our way through Yoshi's Island, this being Yoshi's Island 2. Not a whole lot of interesting things happening in Yoshi's Island. Got a tight jump coming up in the next level. We have a potential shell jump. We've got a relatively easy castle, so let's just sit back, relax, and let these guys put on a good show for us. And both have made their box jumps. Now we're going to watch these guys just try and maximize their time on this brown platform here. Pushes them just a little bit as they're running across it and gives them just a little boost, and you're going to see a 259 on the timer there instead of a 258. And well done to both runners on that. All right, so it looks like Icenine took a little bit of extra time in the water there. No big deal long term. This is just World 1 after all. But it being World 1, you're always going to notice all of the little differences. You know, you see World 1 over and over, and it's roughly the same for almost every category of Super Mario World. So really, it's those little differences that can make a World 1 stand out or not. Cannalyst having a little bit of a lead into the auto-scroller room. And here these guys are going to be looking to pick up a fire flower. And this fire flower they're going to use to more quickly dispatch of the boss in the castle. And just like that, couple fireballs and a bounce. Easily gets rid of Iggy Koopa. And we are out of World 1. We are heading into Donut Plains. Where instead of, as we would typically see, a lot of sky, we're going to see all the different platforms, all the different enemies you normally just ignore in a speedrun of Super Mario World. This is no Cape, no Star World. We're not allowed to fly over things like that. Yeah, so you're going to see fireballs going out against these Super Koopas that give capes. You know, try and reduce the temptation to grab it. Uh-oh. What was that thing floating down? That's a thing we gotta stay away from. Alright, so both our runners have a Yoshi. Cannalyst already gotten rid of it. You know, I agree with that. Icenine right behind. This turned out to be a pretty good race right out from the get-go. And so here we're gonna see a few fireballs go out, take out some fish. We're gonna be grabbing some items to increase our swim speed. For some reason, Mario holds an item, he can swim twice as fast. Very interesting mechanic, but as you can see, can be used to great effect. Cannalyst gave up that switch a little bit earlier, giving Icenine a little bit of time, a little bit of, just a couple seconds there. Starting to close the gap a little bit. We've got some tough levels coming up here pretty quick, though. We're here in the Donut Ghost House. Is going to be a kind of tricky P-speed management in the second room here. You use so you can bounce up and you can move the camera and see what you're trying to do up here. Icenine got it much quicker. And yeah, that's we're already pretty much tied back up. All right, we got to keep a close eye on these runners here. This level has taken lots of lives. Ooh, Cannalyst took a nice slow scroll strat there, but nice and safe getting through. Icenine is just going to be riding that platform across. So Cannalyst is going to break away a little bit here with this. Certainly too early to say if that's going to be any have any effect on the end result, but well played, Cannalyst. All right, so Donut Plains 4 is also a pretty tight platforming one. There's a couple different ways to get through here, and a couple of ways you can sort of micromanage or micro-optimize your movement through here to get through faster. Cannalyst not keeping that shell they were after. If I remember right, Cannalyst likes to use that blue shell and fly through this level. Instead going for the star strat that Icenine's also going for. That's also definitely a good way to get through the level. I actually have a bit of a preference for it myself. Alright, now we're going to go through Morton's Castle. Morton's Castle, in any caped category, tends to be pretty exciting. Lots of interesting cape maneuvers. Sadly, I don't find it quite as interesting in capeless fashion. It becomes more of a slow cycle-based sort of vertical room. You end up doing a lot more waiting than you would find exciting in a speedrun. But that's alright, because you do get to stomp that dry bones. And there are a couple places where it is kind of tight. You can do a couple of cool maneuvers. Cannalyst having a little bit of trouble getting up into that platform. Cannalyst lost the spring again. But it looks like Cannalyst is about a cycle ahead. Because Icenine also didn't get to use that spring. But yeah, this is very close to coming out of World 2. Both have done a pretty good job overall. And now let's kick back, enjoy the cutscene, grab a drink of water. Everyone should stay hydrated. And we'll be right back into Vanilla Dome. Alright, so we are in Vanilla Dome. Cannalyst is the first one into VD1. They're going to be going for this blue shell. For those who are uninitiated, this blue shell, when Yoshi holds it in his mouth, is used to fly. It makes it real easy to get up to this keyhole with the key and just get through the exit. Nice, quick, and fast level. And Cannalyst showing us just what that Yoshi was truly for. Right there at the end, instead of climbing the vines on the right-hand side, you jump up off this Yoshi to get that last little bit of height that you need. Icenine having a little bit of trouble with the green bean, but getting up there. Not letting Cannalyst get away. Alright, now we are on the top part of the mountain. Cannalyst has 2 flowers and a Yoshi. They are fully equipped, or as fully equipped as you can be for a No Cape, No Star World run. And Icenine right behind. Not with the extra flower, but definitely keeping pace. They're just hopping on enemies, jumping up through things. Cannalyst is having some trouble with this Chuck here. I remember when Chucks used to be friendly. They're not friendly anymore. They make it through. Cannalyst going for that Yoshi eat. That's an interesting way to delay there. I'm used to seeing more like how Icenine just did there. A little bit of a delay at the beginning. Usually you're able to just run right across those dolphins all the way through the level. Or at least as long as you have dolphins. You reach a point like where Cannalyst is at, where it sort of seems like the developers forgot about the level and just decided, well, let's put some arrows and some extra water, make them swim across. And now we are going to enter the first fortress. Our first encounter with Reznor. Now, there's not a whole lot to really describe about this level. It's really pretty self-explanatory. You're Mario, you swim past a box of who knows what's in that box. I sure have no clue what's in that box. You dodge these spikes coming from the ceiling. You dodge these fish that are coming at you. Super Mario World is pretty interesting in that you have a lot of control when you're swimming through levels, especially in the vertical. So you don't have to worry too much about dodging the fish, but you do have to make sure you can manage your speed past the spikes. And 2, uh-oh, I spoke a little too soon there. 2 Reznor kills. Cannalyst had a pretty good fast kill there. Icenine getting nailed right there before getting that last hit. So Cannalyst does have a little bit of an advantage with that flower, but ultimately not a big deal right now because we're here in honestly my least favorite level. Get your resident sleepers out. We are here in Butterbridge 1. We are going to see lots of hopping. Lots of eating of shells. Maybe some bouncing off shells. Maybe a few one-ups, but ultimately, the only thing we have to worry about is getting too complacent. If you're sitting here in Butterbridge 1, you get bored, Not a whole lot to do. You start trying to get some swag. You fall, you die, and that means you lose 1.5 minutes. You got to start all over again. This auto-scroller has no checkpoints, and it's 2 minutes long. You don't want that to happen. And let's hope we don't see that happen. What happens if they accidentally pick up a feather? If they pick up a feather, they have to immediately die and restart the level. And by immediately, it's as fast as is possible. All right. We are getting close to the end of this auto-scroller here. Thank goodness. Oh, and Cannalyst made sure to get that jump at the end. That's very important. Icenine as well, getting that last jump. Very important. See, big problem with this level as well. You go through that pipe, you're still required to get that jump. If you're still zoned out just from the auto-scroller, you could be me. You could just run straight across, fall off, you die, and then you got to do another Butter Bridge 1. You don't even get to do this awesome level called Butter Bridge 2 these guys are going through. You don't get to take your Yoshi and fly with the blue shell. You don't get to see all these cool Super Koopas. No, you fell in a hole and you're still in Butter Bridge 1. Not these guys. These guys are great. They got through Butter Bridge 1 and Butter Bridge 2. That's what you like to see. And now we're going to see Ludwig's Castle. This is another castle that has a fair bit of... Oh, Cannalyst taking a hit there. Leaving that Fire Flower, too. Interesting. Oh, no, Cannalyst. Oh, go. Go. You can do it. Very, very saddening to see the flower loss and then the death after. It's enough to shake up the ratings here, but Icenine taking a hit on that Podoboo as well. Yeah, Ludwig's Castle's not very forgiving. Icenine now taking the lead and about a room ahead. They are Small Mario now, though, and Cannalyst taking a dip in the lava. Looks like they didn't get that damage boost like they wanted, or they hit the Podoboo unexpectedly. Now, Icenine's here in the boss fight, and they're going to have to rely on a cycle skip to get through here fast. And it looks like they got it. When you hit Ludwig when he's in the air already, you're going to skip that phase where he rolls around in his shell on that bridge again. Alright, Cannalyst safely through room 2 this time. Heading up the cages. Looking for a good boss fight here. Alright, now Cannalyst is also going to go for a cycle skip. Gets it no problem. Gets that third hit. Icenine's heading into the forest. Cannalyst entering the cutscene. And honestly, a cutscene apart, that's still pretty recoverable. There's still plenty of run here for anything to happen. Now, Icenine's going to be going through Forest Evolution 1. This level is pretty straightforward. Looks like they're going for the star, which is honestly not a bad choice. That's my preference anyways, is to go through with the star. Now we'll see Cannalyst follow through into Forest 1. Now let's keep an eye on Icenine here, because Icenine's about to enter Forest Evolution 2, and if they go for this Yoshi clip as well, we already saw that a lot can go wrong just from this Yoshi clip not going right, so looks like they're going to go for it. And they are in first try. Well done. Cannalyst going into the Hammer Brothers pit here. Getting a 1. 1 bonus star. That's all that's needed. Everyone put a 1 in chat for Cannalyst. That's right. All those ones. All right, Cannalyst's turn to go for the Yoshi clip. They're in first try. I'm so happy to see that. I'm so happy to see that. Cannalyst didn't have a very good time with the Yoshi clip last race, so I'm really glad to see that go so well this time. Icenine's making their way through Forest Evolution 3. Making quick work of a very good backup, grabbing that spring when they missed the jump off the block they were looking for. So really, just about a medium-ish level between these guys. Icenine's going to make their way through Roy's Castle next. They're going to have to ride along a block snake. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there. All right, so Icenine's got all these fireballs here coming at them. Going for the damage boost. This damage boost will get you through this spike room really fast. You can take your full P-speed through. And then you just have to go through this bridge area, which is pretty... Oh no. Icenine getting hit by that Podoboo just right on the bridge. Having to turn back, I don't think they got the speed they were looking for there. But that means, well, they're both here on the block snake now, but Cannalyst has a bit of an advantage. Watching for those fireballs. I'm pretty nervous here, to be honest. Cannalyst taking that damage. Barely making that jump, it looked like. Making their way across the bridge. They're keeping their speed. They're heading into the fight. I'm not 100% sure what happened to Icenine there. It looks like they went straight into a fireball. Cannalyst is taking the lead again. Getting rid of Roy. This is really exciting. I'll be honest, you guys. My heart's pumping a little bit watching all this happen. So unfortunately, Icenine doesn't have a power-up this time, so they're going to have to take the block snake all the way through. Meanwhile, Cannalyst is going to go through Chocolate Island 1. And Chocolate Island 1's pretty notorious for being a tough no-cape level. It's not that it's particularly difficult or particularly unscripted. It's just that if you do go off script, the slopes make things weird. The way the little dinos run around is kind of weird. It's very easy to get caught off guard on this level and mess up. The Cannalyst is going to take it nice and easy through. And it looks like as Icenine is entering, Cannalyst is leaving and heading into the ghost house. Poor Icenine getting hit by that dino. And Cannalyst getting a really scary door. Getting it right as the platform's getting ripped underneath. Very scary suicide door. Always exciting to see. Always very scary to see. Alright, and Einsteins make their way through Chocolate 1 now. And they're really showing us how it's done here. This time through kept their speed all the way through, getting that jump off, neutraling through. Beautiful. Alright, so Einstein's grabbing this mushroom here, and I'm wondering if they're going to use it to... Yep, just as I thought. They're using it to damage boost through that boo line and get up top to the door. Cannalyst took a little bit of damage there. And by a little bit, I mean took a death because they got hit in the face with one of the footballs. Unfortunately, Chuck footballs are just not the thing you want to deal with. Chuck footballs can be very unpredictable, very weird. We've made it through. We're in the second room. Trying to jump down with as much speed as we can. And other than that little blip there, we've been making some really solid progress through this room. Chocolate Secret is such a long level, and there's actually quite a bit to worry about as you go through it. Einstein's given a really good demonstration on that first room. Falling with style, as they like to say. So Cannalyst is going to make their way through Wendy's castle. And this is one of the toughest castles, in my opinion. There's a lot that's happening. There's a lot that could go wrong. Cannalyst showing us a good crusher skip. They're going to be going through here. They're going to be going through the next part, which has some really fast crushers. Icenine's really holding on to that P speed through the third room of Chocolate Secret. They are making some really strong progress. Cannalyst falling in the second room of Wendy's castle. That's gonna be what Icenine needs to kind of pull in here. Icenine's really pulling it back. They are in the castle together. Now Icenine's gonna jump on these two saws. They're gonna make their jump through here. That's a big jump. That is also very nice crusher skip. That is. I kind of like that one. I haven't seen that one very much yet, so. And oh man, Cannalyst is in the second room again. Icenine hitting that crusher by accident. We've got a situation here. You know, maybe I shouldn't state that this is a difficult castle. Maybe I should let the castle sort of speak for itself. I feel kind of responsible for that one. But Cannalyst, despite all of my well, you see I was about to I need to stop talking about this castle. I'm gonna mute for just a moment. Because oh no. I don't know if I'm responsible for this anymore or not. Okay, we've got Cannalyst in the boss fight again. We've got Icenine. Oh man. Please someone exit the castle. I feel really guilty about this, but that's all right. Cannalyst has now made it through. Despite my worst intentions, apparently, Cannalyst has made it through Wendy's castle. Icenine taking it a bit slower this time through and now heading to the boss fight. And I believe the standings are roughly where we were when we started the castle now. You could call me responsible for those deaths, but I'm sure we could go back and count them on footage later. All right, so Cannalyst is going to be the first one out of the cutscene. Right as Icenine enters the cutscene, we are in the sunken ghost ship. These two runners are pretty close to each other now. That castle really shook things up and made things interesting. So we're going to see this first real long and boring room. Doesn't really do a whole lot for us. The only real good thing you can do here is get a boo ring despawn. Doesn't look like Cannalyst got it. But if you have the boo cloud on screen when the game is supposed to spawn this boo ring that Cannalyst is in right now, the boo ring just won't exist. It won't load because the boo cloud is taking its spot. But that's all right. You can wait a little bit. Sometimes you can deboost through them. As long as you get to this third room. And this is probably one of the most important rooms in the game. Especially for a run that's being rebroadcast like this. Because at the end is probably everyone's favorite item from Super Mario World. Everyone's got to say it. Orb. Cannalyst grabbing that first orb of the match. I was going to say of the evening. Icenine's now entering that most important room of the stream. While Cannalyst makes their way through my favorite no cape room. Or no cape level, that is. But man, I'm not even going to get a chance to talk about it. Not for a few moments at least, because Icenine's on their way down right now. And they're about to grab our favorite item. Everyone get ready for it. Orb. Now, Cannalyst is going to grab this block on their way out of the level. When they take it through the gold tape, it becomes a mushroom, and that's kind of cool. Sort of a failsafe. Sort of a extra hit point. Icenine just doesn't care about that mole. Icenine sees that mole and it's like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna run right through you. They're scrolling the screen. They're making their way up to the top part. Cannalyst is making their way through Valley of Bowser 2. I feel like at some point I've called this Vanilla Dome now, and that's not correct. Because we are in Valley of Bowser. Ooh, nice off the wall shell jump by Cannalyst to get out of the pit. Now heading into the sandbar room. Now, sandbar room, if you don't go for a clip, you're going to have a pretty long room here. But the other part of this room being really long is just that you can save cycles, and there are some tight things you can... Oh, Icenine. I'm assuming that was off script. That was interesting. Grabbed the shell as the Koopa was going into it, and it turned into a disco shell. I'm so sorry about that. That's, you don't see that every day. But now we're both we've got both rudders in the sandbar room. Icenine really charging through there in the beginning part. I haven't been watching Cannalyst too carefully on here, but Icenine may be able to save a little bit of time. Cannalyst not getting that orange jump they were looking for, so they're going to have to wait. But this exit, for me as a kid, was always fairly elusive because I never really thought to run on top of the level in this game as a kid. Alright, so it looks like Icenine did save a cycle. And is going to be catching up a little bit of time here. Cannalyst now in the fortress. Probably one of the scariest levels in the game. You've got these crushers. You've got a room full of fireballs, dry bones, the spiky bone guys. It's kind of hard to get going fast through here. Managing speed, trying to go through here quick is tough. And it can even be a little intimidating because of the potaboos as well. Not to mention, if you get crushed by a crusher, if you're, uh-oh, Cannalyst taking a fireball to the face. No big deal. Knocking out there, Reznor. And as I was saying, these crushers, if you've got power-ups, they're even more devastating because the first thing that happens is the crusher damages you and then it kills you, which causes your item box item to fall as well, and it's a disaster. Oh, and Icenine's Reznors are not playing very nice, but Icenine's just taking a nice safe kill here, and I think that's a very good call considering that just that disgusting onslaught of fireballs. So Cannalyst has entered the Bowser fight. Icenine is not too far behind. There's a dark room between these guys. And for, you know, a 40-minute speedrun, just being a very short room apart, anything could still happen. This is a pretty tight race. Alright, so Cannalyst gets that first hit. Icenine not taking the midway. Interesting. And Cannalyst taking that second one. And they have their Mecha Koopa here to go for a ball skip. Alright, we are in the second phase of Bowser. Cannalyst has their their Mecha Koopa ready for a ball skip. And so what they're going to do is when Bowser goes over here to stop and drop that second bowling ball, they're going to try and make this Mecha Koopa hit at that time. And if it works right, and we'll see if it did for Cannalyst here, instead of dropping the second bowling ball, Bowser's just going to throw the Mecha Koopas out. And it saves you a bit of time in this fight, and it's pretty awesome because the bowling balls are really annoying. So we'll see if Icenine is can get their ball skip as well here. Oh, Cannalyst not getting that 5th hit. So now they're going to have to wait. Oh, and Icenine losing a Mecha Koopa as well. So they're not even going to go for the Insta at the beginning either. Cannalyst getting a 5th hit. Oh no, losing that 6th Mecha Koopa. We are in some dramatic times, my friends. There we go. There's the 6th and final hit. Everyone, get your GGs out for Cannalyst. They 41-12. GG. And not too far behind, we have Icenine right there. Finishing with a 41-36. GG, you guys. What a good race. That was a really good race. Went back and forth so much. Both runners played pretty well, too. I wonder if we can get them in here.
Yeah.
And we are joined by Cannalyst and Icenine. Sorry to sort of startle you and bring you in there.
No problem.
So how was the race, you guys? You guys were pretty neck and neck. Were you guys keeping an eye on each other? Were you guys...
Oh, absolutely. I was like super worried.
Man, I'm still sweating here.
I was sweating watching you guys, especially. So let's talk about that Wendy's castle real quick.
Oh, Wendy's a cow.
Cause I noticed that there was just a lot of disaster from both of you, and I just sort of wanted to see what you guys were thinking while that was happening. What may have caused such a tragic event to happen there?
I was just basically talking to Wendy, telling her she better not take this from me, and she did, or the Podobo did anyway. And so I slapped my knee a few times, got mad, and just went through the castle as fast as I could.
What about you, Icenine?
Hi, man. I just how do I say? I used to play on emulators, so I switched to a console like 1 week ago, and I'm not used to the SNES controller yet. So it's kind of new for me. This kind of runs in the original console, and yeah, I think that's not an excuse. I was pretty bad there.
No, you did really good, dude.
Yeah, didn't do the second room. Okay, I think the most painful part was the death at that crusher, the last one crusher.
Yeah, that can be rough.
That felt really bad.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that Wendy's castle, you guys were both pretty neck and neck throughout this whole race. It was honestly super awesome to watch you guys just sort of give and take a few seconds to each other the whole run, and then for a little while there was like a level between you guys, and then something would happen, you would give it all back to the other person. And
Thanks.
What was your guys's oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to thank Roy Castle for this amazing race. Thank you.
So, what was your guys' favorite part of the run then?
The first try Yoshi clip for sure made me happy because I was devastated after the last run.
That's right. You had the previous race as well. That Yoshi clip was pretty much the only thing that really went terribly in that run, but it just
Yeah.
went so terribly that I felt so sad about that for
And then
you.
I drowned going for the safe clip. Oh my gosh. Feels real bad.
And what about you, Ice? What was your favorite part?
I think it was the Yoshi clip as well. I got first try. It was kind of hard to do the setup in the new pad here, but I'm glad I made it in the first try.
Yeah, it's even more impressive, especially now knowing that you're just now getting used to using the original hardware instead of an emulator. So, because that's one of the things that really takes a lot of adjustment is some of the finer tricks like that.
Yeah, I felt really bad on the Ludwig climb there, the third room. And Myra sometimes stuck in the wall there. So
Oh, yeah.
I think it's kind of I think I should get used to sometime.
Yeah, I'll be switching to hardware pretty soon. My Famicom's here. I just need a power cord and my game to come in the mail. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm currently using like a knockoff PS4 controller on an emulator.
Yeah, that was my previous setup.
All right. Well, very exciting run. Do you guys have any other things to say before we wrap up here?
Go ahead.
GG Icenine. You're a very close race, man. Kept me on my toes for sure. I definitely had to fight for that one.
GG man, and thanks Mike for having us here, and all the chat for watching our race here. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you guys for a great race. Thanks to chat for hanging out. If you guys are going to hang out longer, there's a SMB3 randomizer happening pretty soon here. They're getting set up for. And I think that'll do it for us. So I'll see you guys next time.
Cool. Take care, everyone.
See ya. Good night.